Let's go sewer diving for our MSG through. Much MSG. I don't remember if I've been in here yet. Nope. Yeah, see, you're hitting them and they just ignore every hit. Liza P was the same way. I gotta be getting close to... What do I need? I need 24-170. Oh my god, I'm so close. I can taste it. And if I die, it's like right here. No, that wasn't cool. Because you're doing your special move, right? You should... Oh, that's... See... What? You weren't even... You weren't even using your... Dumb. Yeah, it's where they can just instantaneously... Yeah, in the middle of one of their moves. I love it when games don't even bother to... They don't even hide the fact they're not even going to bother to follow their own goddamn rules. Anyways. Bro. Yeah, see, his spear got longer. It's not like he's holding it at the very end. It gets longer, which is kind of cheap. It's like my weapons don't get longer. Why do their weapons get longer? It's just, wow. It's just bad. It makes no sense from a gameplay standpoint. The chain, you know, bell buster fuckers do the same thing. Oh. Am I supposed to go there yet? Well, let's go here. Maybe he's back. Yeah, because they spin and then they slam, and it's like 4 times as long as what they had. And then they do like half your day health damage. It's like, come on. I get the need for, you gotta intensify, but some of it just borderline ridiculousness.
Monsieur le Marquis.
I'm listening, Aegis.
The bonds are in my possession.
And to whom do you intend to give them?
Who am I supposed to give them to? I'm gonna keep them for
I
now.
haven't decided yet.
What more do you need to know? Oh, I think I've argued my case in due fashion. To think the fate of the kingdom rests on the judgment of an automat. Unbelievable.
No need to be a dick. Oh, Bailey's gone.
Can I help you, Aegis?
What is the significance of these objects steeped in memories?
Nemes. I have reread every work that I have on them. Pages that have remained unintelligible to this day. These echoes go back to the beginning of time. To that fateful day in ancient Greece when some dark magician took it into his head to bind a soul to an inanimate object. You see, Aegis, there is nothing more diabolical, nothing more unnatural than this sorcery. The soul is the very essence of the divine. It refuses to submit to such an abomination and resists, eventually breaking. The earliest necromancers whose works have survived through the centuries all describe the same phenomenon. When a soul is fragmented, 3 shards of memory are torn from its consciousness and take shelter in 3 objects that the victim held dear. It's as if these memories wish to remain bound to the mortal who had held them until then.
I found this notebook written in Latin.
Indeed. Medieval Latin, to be precise. Oh, hold on. Bon sang. Aegis, what a find. This handwriting. I would recognize it anywhere. It's in Nicholas Flamel's own hand. Give me some time to study this, and I'll tell you what I'm able to glean from it.
Have you finished reading the notebook, mon père?
Yes, Aegis, and what I learned from it puzzles me. In this diary, Flamel tells of 3 journeys. 3 journeys into what he calls the in-between. A strange world filled with wandering souls. Tormented spirits that are unable to ascend to heaven.
This world. It's where Cagliostro's victims were trapped until I freed them.
En effet, I believe you're right. But that's not all. Flamel planned to return there a 4th time. He wrote this in the final paragraph, in his handwriting, dated 21st of March 1418. That was the day before he died, Aegis. What if his body died while his soul was traveling through limbo? What if he were trapped, a prisoner in this purgatory? Aegis, because of your unique nature, we have an incredible opportunity.
What do you mean, mon père?
If the soul that animates you has been bound to the automaton that serves as its vessel, then it can be separated from it too. And if this were the case, the soul would travel to purgatory, where Cagliostro entraps the souls of his victims.
Hold on. Are you trying to convince me to go and find Nicholas Flamel?
I'm offering you a chance to speak to the man who discovered the Philosopher's Stone. Surely you won't pass it up.
Assuming I agree to venture into purgatory, do I even have a chance of finding him there?
Certainly. According to this journal, The soul flies to the zenith of the place where it left the body of the deceased. Or that of the pilgrim, in this case. If Flamel's soul is trapped in purgatory, as we've guessed, you'll need to go to the house where he drew his dying breath.
Is it still standing?
Of course. It's on Rue de Montmorency, in the quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. You can get there via the cemetery of the Église Saint-Jacques.
And how do you plan to free my spirit from this automat?
We would simply need to break the bond between them. To do this, we would need to stop your machinery. For a short time, of course. We don't want to lose you, ma chère. As for the rest, it will be a question of mechanics, chemistry, or electric currents, or something or other. Therein lies the problem. This is far beyond my comprehension. But it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps Monsieur Bailly and Monsieur Lavoisier could shed some light on the matter.
Goodbye, mon père. Monseigneur.
What can I do for you, Aegis?
Goodbye,
Allez en paix.
Monsieur Raymond.
Go on, Aegis.
I went to the hotel. What I discovered goes beyond your darkest conjectures. The club's members have no intention of merely depriving their slaves of rest. Rather, with the king's support, they plan to replace them with automat harvesters. The Count of Cagliostro is behind the plan.
Ma foi. But such a plan would certainly only improve the lot of these unfortunate people.
You are mistaken, mon père. If the planters get their way, they will have a greater need of slaves than ever. Only this time, they intend to slaughter them to power their machines.
Quelle abomination!
Par tous les saints.
4 days ago, the Paris Guard captured 100 black people. They were to be sacrificed as part of an experiment to test the effectiveness of the automat harvesters.
Bro.
Luckily, I was able to prevent the massacre.
Where are they now?
In a place they call the Dépôt des Noirs. I don't know where it is, but I managed to get the key. It bears the inscription, Tour du Diable.
The Devil's Tower is a prison in Vincennes, within the chateau walls.
That's 3 leagues from here. We'll only be able to free the prisoners once we're able to move freely ourselves.
At least they were spared the fate that the king and his accomplices had planned for them.
And what will you do with the 2 servants you employ, Monsieur Raymond?
I will continue to treat them well, as I always have.
However, under the laws you insist on following, they will become slaves again the moment they leave the kingdom for Saint-Domingue.
Certainly not, Monsieur de Robespierre. What kind of a man would I be if what I have heard had not opened my eyes? The planters of Massiac have been proven to be nothing but avaricious murderers. I thought I was dealing with opposition, but now I discover them to be vile enemies, from whom it would be vain to expect any compromise. From this day on, I will fight against their interests with all my strength, and will not lay down my arms until the last slave in the Empire has been freed.
Rest assured, then, that the people will fight by your side, Monsieur Raymond.
That's the spirit, my friends. Vive l'égalité.
Hey. Wait, which one did I just get? Hold up. What was that? Yeah, that one's a little different. Yeah. Oh, that's the other. What did I, hold up, what did I just get? Ultra rare. Yeah, I'm never getting that, so. I'm very confused. Well, let me see. What is the one I just got? Sort by default. Not earned. Earned date. New to old. Here we go. Okay, abolishing slavery. I just want to make sure it's not one of the ones I need to trophy. You know, I mean, it's a story trophy. All right. God, what a struggle. Okay, well.
Monsieur Lavoisier,
What can I do for you?
do you think there is any way to interrupt my internal clockwork?
To what end?
I would like to briefly sever the bond between my spirit and this automat.
It is a very strange request, madame. For what purpose do you seek to free your soul from its shell?
According to the abbot, my spirit would then be able to visit purgatory.
Oh, that dreadful place. Why on earth would you want to go there?
I hope to find answers to some very important questions.
You must understand, madame, that your very nature is a mystery to us. We are ignorant as to the principle that imbues you with life, nor do we know how your machinery works. That is why it is impossible for us to make even the slightest alteration. It would mean taking an unacceptable risk. Of course, if we had documents that could shed light on the matter.
Antoine, the blueprints.
What blueprints, mon ami?
Ludia's. Eugène gave them to me when he was working on the modifications ordered by the king. He wanted my opinion on the potential for reducing the size of certain key parts. The documents are obsolete now, but they could tell us quite a bit about the mechanical principles that are shared by Ludia and Aegis.
Bon sang, you're right. Where are the blueprints now?
Alas, the situation is not in our favor. I kept them in the safe at the observatory, but earlier, when I went there to collect my most important documents, before setting off for the convent, I found looters making off with its contents.
Blasted scavengers. Their kind are always quick to make the most of chaos.
I chased them to the quays, but was unable to apprehend them. When they disappeared into an underground passageway under the Louvre, I decided it was best not to follow them.
You acted wisely, mon ami. The automats are everywhere, and the marauders don't stand much of a chance.
I'll try to track them down.
I'm very
The
confused.
clues I found at the warehouse suggest that the gunpowder was moved to the Bastille.
Diable. You must find a way to get there and put an end to this threat.
Goodbye, Monsieur Lavoisier.
So how is Monsieur Marat?
I haven't met him yet.
He's holed up in the...
As for the lanterns,
Did Monsieur de Laclos tell you the secret of his explosive cannonball?
no. We didn't talk about it.
That's a pity. Without his help, our strategy is doomed to failure. Let's see. I know he's close to Monsieur Marat, the patriotic journalist. He's currently in hiding in the quarries of Montmartre. But please do not breathe a word of this to the Marquis de Lafayette. Those two are at daggers drawn. It would certainly end in a bloodbath.
Were you present when the Estates General was dissolved?
Oui, madame. I had a front row seat. I witnessed what it cost to defy the crown. We laid bare before the king the abject misery of his subjects. It was more than he could suffer. So he had the people's representatives dispersed by means of bayonets. At least we only had to contend with soldiers made of flesh and blood. Positively angelic compared to the machines that have swept through Paris.
Goodbye, Monsieur de Robespierre.
I'm guessing that whoever gave you the bonds to is what affects the ending.
Monsieur de Mirabeau. I found a broken cane. It says Franciscus Antonius on it. Do you know who it belongs to?
Well, I never. Yes, I know the owner.
And I'm willing to bet you're looking for a certain François Antoine.
That's right.
Well, you'd need to look a little further east, mademoiselle. Across the Rhine, for a start. Because this cane belongs, or belonged, to a certain Franz Anton Mesmer.
Mesmer, the prince of charlatans.
Good heavens, it's been a long time since I've heard his name.
5 years to be exact since your learned commission denounced his theories.
It wasn't long after that when he disappeared.
Can you tell me more about Mesmer?
He was a mystical healer who was once popular with the upper class. I myself attended several of his sessions.
You mentioned a commission.
The king did not look kindly on the healer's popularity within the court. This led him to appoint a commission from the Royal Academy of Sciences.
An institution to which Monsieur Bailly and I have the honor to belong. We were asked to investigate his alleged powers.
The experiments that we performed allowed us to determine that Monsieur Mesmer's activities were pure charlatanism, a conclusion that destroyed his successful career the moment it was published.
But there was something, Sylvain, a tiny flow of energy that my devices were able to measure.
My dear colleague, must I remind you again that we were never able to reproduce your observations? It was obviously a momentary failure of your equipment.
Perhaps. I'd like to be sure of it.
When and how did Monsieur Mesmer disappear?
The denunciation of his techniques was the start of a long descent into hell for Monsieur Mesmer. He was abandoned by his clients and resumed his research in virtual secrecy. I think he was hoping to perfect his so-called science and restore his reputation with the Academy.
A hope that led him to associate himself with that dastardly Cagliostro. God only knows what experiments they may have carried out. In any case, their collaboration did not last long. Monsieur Mesmer left the kingdom overnight to return to his mother country.
Why did he leave so quickly?
That is a mystery. But those who saw him that morning say it was as if he had the devil at his heels.
This is true. He left in such a hurry that he abandoned everything he owned. Furniture, belongings, and scientific equipment. And it seems that Cagliostro has inherited this treasure.
Is that so? Well, if what you say is true, that broken cane must have passed into the Count's hands.
Yes, it's likely.
This adventurer from who knows where is quite the mysterious character. And he has been very busy recently. I've been able to observe him from my apartments, making frequent visits to Rue Saint-Honoré, on the Tuileries side. I wonder what he was doing there.
What were Monsieur Mesmer's theories?
He is a proponent of a theory called animal magnetism. He claimed to be able to channel a purported universal healing fluid by passing his hands over patients and using magnets.
He also cobbled together a whole array of mad devices, each stranger than the last. Unfortunately, despite all his attempts, I don't know that he ever cured anyone.
What happened during Monsieur Mesmer's treatment sessions?
Oh, they were quite a spectacle to behold. Imagine well-born ladies afflicted with perfectly imaginary illnesses. A dimly lit room where incense has been burned to intoxicate the soul and cloud your vision. Amiable servants, half-dressed, gliding from countess to duchess to the sound of a sensual melody. And the great Mesmer, a doctor with wandering hands, presiding over the wonderful scene. Oh, you should have seen them. Those grand ladies moaning, crying, and falling into a swoon, clinging to that strange tub. Du théâtre, ma chère. Pure theater.
Did you find the blueprints that were stolen from me?
No, monsieur.
Don't forget that those documents are our only chance to discover what was used to craft you. The looters disappeared into the tunnels under the Louvre and I find it hard to believe that they were able...
I found this box with astronomical symbols on it. I believe it belongs to Vaucanson's daughter.
Athénaïs' secret box. I built it with my own hands. It was my gift to her on her 15th birthday.
I wasn't able to open it.
Naturellement. Athénaïs and I are the only ones who know how. Allow me. You must arrange the planets the way they were aligned on the day of Athénaïs' birth. Voila, like this.
What's this locket?
Athénaïs is always wearing this. It contains a portrait of her late mother. She said it was her most cherished possession in all the world. To think, the poor child never knew her own mother.
Whoa, what is this?
You monster! What did you do to her?
So somehow he put her essence inside of Ludia, the dancer? I knew it.
Good God. Ludia, what happened? You froze the moment you touched the locket. I thought I'd lost you.
I saw her. At a nice de Vaucanson. The Comte de Cagliostro has her.
Mon Dieu. It is just as I feared.
He bound her spirit to an automat.
Please, say no more. Athenais. It is her spirit that animates you, is it not?
Yes. I believe so.
Seigneur, quelle abomination. It is vital that you go and find Athenais as soon as possible.
She is right in front of you. I am Athenais.
Alas, I fear that is not entirely accurate. You know nothing of Athenais, Ludia. Nothing of her past, her joys, her suffering. Nothing of her love for her father. You are but the vessel that harbors the poor child's soul.
Where can I find Athenais' body?
God only knows. Although I assume that the Comte de Cagliostro is taking pains to keep her alive, this is certainly the only way to keep her spirit alive in you. The only way to free her is to find her body.
Why was Eugène de Vaucanson imprisoned in the Bastille?
Once he discovered the king's true intentions, he refused to continue cooperating with him. He refused to use his talents to create this abominable army. But the king didn't take kindly to his resignation. Eugène did manage to get a letter to me just before he was arrested. Here, take it.
Yay! Okay, we completed side quest Origins. Okay. No special action needed for this trophy, just complete it. Excellent. Go to her rescue if you can. She falls in their hands. Alright, cool. Lock it. Alright, so...
Monsieur de Mirabeau. Alas, the bishop stubbornly refused to reveal anything.
Damn it. I need to know what my rogue of a father is up to. Let me think. In light of the cartload of threats he sent me, it's safe to wager that my sister and mother received similar letters. They may even have already suffered his revenge. However, my sister lives in Garce in the south of France. Unless a messenger rode 100 horses to death, she could not have received this letter. Then there is my poor mother.
If you ask me, I will go to find her.
Yes, it's very kind of you to offer. But I couldn't even tell you where she is staying.
Your own mother?
Indeed. It's a very embarrassing matter. A secret, which I beg you not to divulge.
I can be discreet. Rest assured.
Very well. You should know that my mother, the Countess of Covey, has lost everything. Truly. First, her fortune, then her faculties. No matter what I tried, nothing could prevent her decline. It is said that she is now living on charity, in the most abject poverty in the slums of the Marais. If perchance your past takes you to this dreadful place, and if she still remembers who she is, Perhaps you may meet her.
All right. Waiting for the queen, new instructions. Okay. Future of the king, determine the bottom of disappearance. Okay, his side quest doesn't affect any either of the. There's like two endings. It's stupid. So in order to get the incorruptible one, I have to make sure I don't do for the future of the kingdom, and then glory and dishonor. Glory and dishonor you get in the next area. Or if you can do the royalist ending. Let's see, royalist ending. I have to complete the gunpowder trail. Oh, okay. I have to do nothing when prompted at the end of the quest. Okay, interesting. Complete for Future of the Kingdom. Complete Lanterns of the Dead. And there's specific things I gotta do during Glory and Dishonor. So it makes me wonder if I should just rip through the end of the game. Right? Excuse me. We ignoring the rest of the side quests. Well, no. The side quest I can do Lucas of Mel's final journey, so I can do that one. I can't do this one. I can't do that one. I don't know how the hell that affects the ending. I'm not real sure what does, but apparently it doesn't. But I can't do this one. But I can finish this one. It's weird. Oh, so for Incorruptible, I can do all of them, but I just can't finish this one. And Glory and Dishonor. Simply avoid doing these quests. Okay, so... well, you don't have to finish them, but... Incorruptible. It doesn't make any sense. Incorruptible. Alright, well, whatever. You know what? Go ahead and get, we'll go get the blueprints. Hey, buddy. Is it getting... Oh, it's getting close to 3 o'clock, isn't it? Back to Tulari's. Oh, maybe something's open now. That's interesting. See, that didn't make any sense. Oh. Over there. What? Oh. Well, that's just dumb. Like, hey, we put a, I was like, holy shit. Dude chased me all the way over here. Oh, I never even knew these were here. Huh. We some bell busters.
Bon Dieu de bon Dieu, boss. It hurts. It hurts.
Steel yourself, Claude. Just be thankful you got out alive.
I'm still in pretty bad shape.
Et pourquoi? Don't you think it was worth it? This tunnel is a gold mine. With what we've managed to gather, we'll be set for a long time.
Hi, I bought a big fat
Monsieur.
meat lover's stromboli.
Hell yeah, that sounds amazing.
Let's get the hell out of here! Run, Claude! Run if you can!
Oh, my lure! I told you we'd get caught.
Claw got left behind.
Got a Fanta orange soda to go with it.
Good stuff. Some toot boys down here that are just vibing.
Are you eating anything good?
Of course, one of those stupid ass spiders is here. God. I'm coming for you. You guys do way too much damage. Probably just eat some veggies for dinner. Phew. What's down here? Uh-huh. What? Oh no, that's bullshit. Oh, and you cheap shot at me? So this is why I get so pissed off at these games, because of this stupid bullshit like this. That and they don't go by their own fucking rules of the game. This camera's too floaty. Do. It's always when you're having fun with it, and then they just have to suck the fun right out of it. Ignore all that.
The looters from the observatory. Poor souls. They didn't stand a chance.
You're supposed to fight 2 of these guys, plus... Now, I was backed up, and you pulled me back in. That's pretty shitty. Okay, that works for me. If you do that, that hits them. What? Oh, that was such bullshit. This game's got some questionable physics. Wow. No, wait a minute. That was bullshit. I love how when he notice the length of the log. When he swings it, it gets much longer. The Spear Bro, it does that too. He's not holding at the end of it. He's still holding in the same place. It just gets extended. That's pretty cheap on the dev's part to pull that crap. Okay. I feel that the carriage token could just be something laying on the ground as a glowing object rather than wasting it in a chest. It just feels so anticlimactic.
Ludius blueprints. Fortunately, they are in perfect condition. Monsieur Bailly will be delighted.
I knew it. Dear Monsieur, here are the blueprints you asked for. Your thieves were not able to profit much from their theft. They met with an unfortunate end. Unfortunate fate, you say? Those poor devils probably did not deserve such a definitive end. What would they have done with these documents? By grace of God, Lavasseur and I have been able to learn valuable information from them. Hiccup. We have located the archaic timer system Vulcan's unused to set the duration of Luda's dances. We are certain that this device is still in place. If we reverse it, we can set an inactive time during which your spirit would be separated from your mechanical body. However, for you to be able to do this without our help, you must be able to make one modification to your design. We must install a pin so can be removed at the appropriate time. Please return as soon as possible. Okay, this one does not affect, I think. Yeah, okay.
Monsieur Bailly, here are the blueprints you asked for.
Good heavens. You found them.
Your thieves were not able to profit much from their theft.
Okay.
They met with an unfortunate...
Oh, the poor souls.
Certainly, certainly. Let us look at these documents now, if you will.
No, Antoine, the F-wheel is not part of the cog that transfers the driving force to the escapement.
Diable, you're right. It's driven by the B-wheel, and its axis is on the shaft that's visible at this point.
Precisely. In fact, the shaft sits between the conical bearing and the small groove here. See?
True. It's decided then. All we would have to do is separate these two plates to disable the entire thing.
And to put them back in place at the agreed time to start the machine again.
You will not be able to assist me. I have to do it alone. Half a league away.
You must be joking.
By no means. You'll have to find another solution.
Unfortunately, madame, you're asking us to do the impossible.
Oh, ça, par exemple.
Once your spirit is untethered from this automat, it will be impossible for you to start the machine up again.
Hold on, my dear Antoine. Is this device in Figure 4? Is it still in place?
Yes, it is. What of it?
Bon sang. It's a timer. It's primitive, true, but fully functional.
The dial has marks from 1 to 15. Probably minutes.
It was to allow Eugène to plan the duration of Ludia's dances in advance.
Oh, I see. And by reversing the position of this peg in the center, we could instead turn it into a period of inactivity.
Nous y sommes, mon ami. Fantastic.
Will Aegis be able to operate this device herself?
We'll make it easier for her. All you have to do is put a bolt there that she can remove when the time is right. Yes, a small iron rod will suffice. We won't have any trouble finding something that will do. When the timer dial reaches 0, the automat will come back to life. However, given the dial's fragility, we will probably get only one chance to try this.
Are you sure that the bond between my soul and this machine will be re-established?
Ma foi, I admit that we can't be sure of this. What do you say, mon père?
Don't be afraid, Aegis. Unless I've been wrong from the beginning, your soul will seek refuge in the only body it has available to it in this world.
Well then, shall we start the preparations?
Let's begin. My fate is in your hands, monsieur.
Voila. Everything is in place. When
Voila.
it's time, just pull on this metal loop to start the timer.
Remember, you will have 15 minutes and no more before your spirit returns to your body. We wish you good luck, madame.
Remember, to get to Rue de Montmorency, you're best going through the cemetery behind the Église Saint-Jacques in the Quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. Here is the key to the gate. Our prayers are with you, my child.
Enter the in-between. To speak with me, you must, go to the Alchemist's house. Okay. Yeah, I need to know what the ramifications of doing either or. Rather the dude to buy bread or fund an army. Oh man, these side quests are longer than the game. Why didn't they just make these as part of the game? That's what I don't understand. Why make them side quests? Why make the game so short? Why did he suicide himself? That made no sense. Just to get a checkpoint. Nope. Oh, we're gonna fight you. Great place to practice, you guys. What? That made no sense. Oh, so while I was doing my counterattack, he threw a bomb, which hit me. That's kind of shitty. I don't like that. I mean, give me some iframes for that, because these fuckers get them. Why can't I? I'm gonna stop here in a second so I can get my kitty his 3 o'clock meal. Wow. That makes no sense, because it's like it's an instantaneous attack. You can't defend against it. I get it's a red attack, but again, the targeting does such a shitty job because there's multiple individuals in the screen. But it should be able to and because one guy gets aggro, the other does too. Way too soon. Dickheads. Alright, well, before we go and take on the bell buster so he can destroy my forehead, I'm gonna feed my kitty.